All right, so there you see it. This story, which I first broke, I think it was like a month ago. It seems like much longer, but I went back and looked at the YouTube, and it was like a month ago. So I think a lot of people, I understand why people criticized me. They don't know who I am, and they think, how can this guy get information that Errol Wani, Luke Thomas, all these other people didn't have? But for people like me and others who were around in the beginning, there are a lot of people who contributed to the sport at that time that are still out there. And they aren't utilized very much by the newer crowd because they don't consider them relevant. But these people still talk. They have extensive contacts. So every now and then you can find out something that other people don't know, or maybe they're not looking at. And that's what happened here. That's why I was able to put it out. And I think this is like the third thing I've been able to put out in the last, I don't know, year or so. Because it's hard to put something out first. That's difficult to do. Because people do a good job. I mean, there's a lot of people out there covering the sport, And usually when there's new news, a lot of people put it out right around the same time. So it's pretty difficult. But, if I do put something out, I'm not going to do it unless it's something interesting, something no one else has talked about yet, and that I'm pretty sure is going to happen. I put out that the Lees were going to close their gym. That happened. I put out a couple of days ago that Conor McGregor had only a few days left to submit his voluntary sample. The first sample when you go in the USADA pool is a voluntary submission. Then USADA takes over. So that's the deadline that was approaching for Conor. If he didn't do that voluntary sample, he wasn't going to make the end of the year fights. So that I had put that out, and now other people are kind of putting it out and not crediting me, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, I kind of expected that. Although they are crediting me more with this story. I got to give the MMA Junkie credit. They cited me in the story, and they didn't have to. They could have pretended they didn't know who I was, like Errol Wani does. But they didn't. They gave me credit, and that was, professional of them to do that. I'm not in the media, so they don't have to consider me. But, it's cool that they did that. And I think the story's playing out kind of the way, the way I had said, which was that Bellator was the main, that Bellator is pretty close to having a done deal with the PFL. So, it's kind of playing out that way, And my source has said all along, look, you're going to be proven right. Don't worry about it, It's all going to happen in due time. These people can come back and apologize to you after, So, yeah, there's some interesting stuff coming out about this. I think more people are validating my report now and giving it, saying that it's legit. And, yeah, this is you'll get more stuff like this out of me, but it's not going to happen all the time because it's just too hard to do it. But I'll see what I can do here and there, and if it's something interesting, if you see it come up, it's going to be legit because I won't put it out if it isn't. But for everyone who kind of supported the story, I appreciate it. And for people that are coming around, good job. But yeah, until next story or whatever else I put out. I thought it was interesting that Charles Oliveira cited the McGregor stuff that I put out. So, he's kind of saying he wants this McGregor fight, so I thought it was interesting that he retweeted that. But, other people are noticing. Other people in the industry are noticing that I'm doing this stuff. So, give it time. It'll get bigger, I guess. And for anyone who supports content I do, you can check out my YouTube, Todd Atkins Show. I have a podcast the same name. Yeah, MMA Conspiracy Hour. A lot of people like it. So check it out. Appreciate it.